Steeler Nation, I was doing some late night scrolling through the Twitterverse, and I came across this interesting tweet. If I can, I will try and put this tweet in the description. I'm pretty sure I can do that. Now, I came across this interesting tweet with George Pickens, right? And it features him, in a bit of a scuffle, bit of a fight, and it goes on for about half a minute. And it talks about him, with his aggressive play style and during college, and he's ego as a receiver. And I started to think, like, will this be a distraction for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Is it good being this physical? As I watched this, like, 30-second video, there's some good points in the video where he's standing up for himself and he's being physical, but there is some really, in my opinion, some bad points. Now, I want to talk to you guys about three different things. Three things that I saw from this video, right? Firstly, we'll start with, in no order, we'll start with he's lining up on the line of scrimmage. He points to the cornerback over the road and says, I'm coming for you pretty much, right? Has no intention of running the route. And as the snap of the ball, it's Georgia Bulldogs versus Michigan, right? Runs over and pushes the bloke right to the ground. I'm okay with that. Like, as an NFL fan or football fan, we've always seen Hines Ward do that. I'm okay with that. What I'm not really okay with, and I don't really see, but maybe because he's a younger player, right, being 21 going to 22, or he's super young in college, what I'm not okay with is near the end, he taunts, and that's going to get the Steelers in trouble. That's going to get him in trouble. There would be flags in the NFL. You just can't do that, right? Pushes the player over from Michigan, kind of gets in his face a little bit and does the quiet sign and says nothing else. But in the NFL, that's a penalty, and that will get us in trouble. So will that be a distraction? Now, the second one I want to talk about is the fight. If you go on to YouTube or Google or whatever, Georgia versus Georgia Tech, the fight. So it's the receiver, Pickens, versus the other bloke, the corner. Don't know who he is. 3rd and goal. Here's the situation. It's 3rd and goal. Georgia has the football from the quarterback, right? Georgia's winning 31-7 versus Georgia Tech. So there is no reason to do any of this. But these fellas, they're young, they're physical, they're full of, gusto and might and ego and all that kind of stuff. And they're football players. I get it. I understand it. We all go there. It's all competition based. And when you play competition based, style football, you get a bit of hot headed, right? However, there is 4 minutes and 34 minutes left from this game. The game was over. The game was done. It was done and dusted, right? From through the football to the end zone for the receiver to catch it. While that happened, right, Pickens got into a bit of a scuffle, held his man maybe a bit too long. But in his defense, I think he was in the right for this situation. The other bloke pushed him in a certain direction with his hands, faced up towards his chin, pushed under his chin and right in the face, and it took him, pushed him back. In that scenario, you have to defend yourself, or you have to defend yourself in any scenario like that, no matter what, if it's on the football field or, wherever. I found that really interesting. So that the scuffle breaks out, nothing really happens. Pickens tries to throw hands back to the cornerback, which I never get, by the way. I never understand why football players are trying to throw a punch when the other person is wearing a helmet. That to me is crazy. Crazy. So now, will that be a distraction? If he's getting in these cornerbacks' face so much, they're getting under his skin, will that be a distraction? Right? I kind of tend to lean to yes at this moment, because the reason why I say that is, in the NFL, cornerbacks do this on purpose. They do this on purpose to get underneath receivers like Pickens, who can get easily agitated and distressed and annoyed and pushed out of the way. When they do that, they cause penalties from the offense to send them back. I reckon they're coached that way. I reckon that if you're a veteran cornerback, you're coached a certain way to get under their skin just a little bit, make them bite and make them do something stupid. Then you're going to cause a flag or a penalty or something like that, right? So then it's in that scenario, I think yes, that would hurt the team. He needs to hold that back. Same time though, he needs to defend himself when someone's throwing punches as well. So what do you do? So that may be a distraction for the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? I'm not talking about his skill level. I'm just talking about the on-field persona that is Pickens from this video. Now, lastly, I have a real big problem with this last one. It's actually the reason why I wanted to make this video, right? Lastly, during this tweet or this video that I saw on Twitter, right? I think it was Georgia Bulldogs versus Tennessee in a college game. Now, it only goes for like a second or 2 seconds, so if you guys can watch it after, that'd be great. What happens is the Tennessee player is actually on all fours. He probably had just been tackled or fallen over or whatever, right? Something happens where he's on all fours and he's down. Now, in the picture, it goes on to show, number one, Pickens having a water bottle in his hand, right? And walking over to the player, the other player on the opposition side from Tennessee, and squirting and using the water bottle to dress, just water him all over. And I don't like that. I think that's really cheap. I think that's a real dog move. Like we say in Australia, it's a dog move. You can't do that. The player's been tackled. The player's out of bounds, right? Pickens walks over, grabs the water bottle, and douses him in water. Now, water doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt you at all. But the fact that it is, the man's just been hit down. It's not even his tackle, right? So he's been hit down or whatever happened. Pickens comes over and uses the water bottle to, drench the other person. And to me, that's quite humiliating. That's pretty bad. That's really bad. In fact, I'm trying to find it as we speak here. I got to just see it again. But yeah, we see the fight. We see, I don't know. I just was not a big fan of it. I can't find it. Oh, here it is here. The man gets knocked down. You can see number one has his water bottle in his hand. You can see the water coming from the water bottle, and it goes over the Tennessee player. That to me is not on. That to me is not the way the Pittsburgh Steelers do things. Yes, I do know that Hines Ward was a very physical receiver, and there is also the penalty that came in for his name because he used to do the crack back block. I get that. I understand that. But we're trying to build a culture here that is better. That is better than what, AB freaking out, or that is better than Claypool doing the point and the knee and going forward for the first down. We need to be better, better players and better fans, I think, because seeing this, it's just not cricket. I don't like it at all. The fact that the player's down and he's dousing him in water as he's down is very humiliating, and it's something you wouldn't do as a man. So I think that to me, that last video where he wets him with his water bottle it could be a problem for the Steelers. Now, I do want to end with this note. What does it all mean? This could all mean nothing. This could all mean absolutely nothing. So this is the past. We all learn from our past and our mistakes. And in football, we try and learn from the mistakes or whatever we did, right? You need to leave that behind. He was, we're all young in college. We all do stupid things when we're younger. I just want to know, do you guys think would it be a distraction for the Steelers to be this aggressive, or for, I guess, the hard, headedness or play the way that he played the game? And these kind of incidents can't happen, because when they do start to happen in the Pittsburgh Steelers locker room, there will be the Cam Haywards, TJ Watts, and the Minkers will be shaking you by the shoulder pad and saying, "What the bloody hell are you doing?" So I didn't like the video, what I saw. Now, there are some things that were okay. The push-off was okay. But I didn't like when he shushed the other guy for the taunt. I didn't like the Tennessee player being down on all fours and coming over with a water bottle to, make him feel dumb. And it's like humiliation. It's bad. The fight was him defending himself. But the big question is for me, for his persona on the field, will this be a distraction for the Pittsburgh Steelers? And I hope it isn't. I really hope it isn't. I wish him all the best, that he has one of the best, rookie years for us coming up with Mitchell Trubisky or Kenny Pickett or Pickett to Pickens. Hopefully he can have a good game and put these things beside. But this will be a talking point throughout his career, because he has some history that with fights and doing these kinds of things and being a bit too hot-headedness during the play. Let me know what you guys think about this situation with George Pickens. Is it just me going over my head? Is it like, oh, whatever, man, don't worry about it, Mark, he'll be fine? Or is it something we need to talk about and the Steelers need to address? And we can't let, you can't be selfish in these organizations. You can't let your ego get in front of you when you're playing football, because it's a team game. And if you stuff up like this and you put yourself in a situation where you're letting them get underneath your skin, like Pickens has in the past during college, then there's going to be a point or an opportunity where the other team will take advantage of that, and we will go back. The Steelers will go back 15 yards, 5 yards, and he could be ejected, right? This can happen in the NFL, and the NFL doesn't muck around with these things. When these things start to happen, the NFL does not muck around. They fine you. They send you off. They flag you. We could score a touchdown and something might happen. So I'm not putting a negative spin on it. I'm just seeing what I saw with this tweet, and I will link it in the description, guys, and see what you guys think. Let me know. Other than that, maybe it's just him being a physical football player. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you for checking out Steeler Nation Australia. We're on the road to 500, but if you want to help me out and get me there a little bit faster, or a pit stop, we are trying to get to 450. I want to try to get to 450 subs this week. All right, guys. Thank you for checking out Steeler Nation Australia. I'll see you guys later.